I came from New York City to live the Maine life. I was hired to design outdoor footwear.
I live the Maine life. We're looking for college grads, so come get your check.
I came from Venezuela to live the Maine life. I opened my own restaurant.
Learn more about hundreds of Maine jobs and our tax program for college grads at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Hi everyone, here's a look at what's coming up on this week's episode.
Ready to dive in?
Look at me.
Maine life, right here. First customer.
Fireflies are burning bright. Follow the sweet sounds into the twilight. Rocking chairs.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Kevin Oates.
I'm Erin O'Valley, and this is Maine Life.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound. And I pressed and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Hi everyone, here at our home at Myro Studios in downtown Portland. And in this week's Maine Business, we got to tour a company that is fairly new to Maine, but they are growing fast. Located in Saco, they ship their products worldwide. They have a fairly young staff and CEO. Meet the crew at Cirrus Systems, Inc.
Live and Work in Maine is a statewide organization that partners with Maine employers to help attract and keep people here to live and work full-time. Our partnership with Maine Life helps to tell their stories.
One of the best things about walking in the door here at Cirrus Systems every day is the fact that everybody's smiling, happy, and excited to get going.
Cirrus is predominantly an outdoor digital signage company. So we have software products and hardware products for outdoor video screen. We create on-site marketing solutions for brick and mortar businesses of all kind. Going beyond that, we take our expertise in LED technology and use it in the horticultural lighting sector as well. So we're LED tech and software company.
Some of the things that are unique about Cirrus Systems is that we really put the innovation of technology first. We really look to pioneer where that technology is going and never stay satisfied with the status quo.
We try to build a culture that is enjoyable to work at, rewarding, and at the same point focused on growth, that we can continue to improve, get larger, and get better at what we do.
I love what I'm doing. I like how the company's going, so I decided to move with it. It's more challenging but interesting to see how my work can help the company grow and how the company growth can help my personal development.
For a lot of us, we feel so fortunate to be able to have jobs like this in Maine. When growing up, you thought you had to go to New York or Silicon Valley to be able to do what we do. I think you fight a little bit harder to make sure that you can keep that job here. And with the way that Cirrus is going, it's just creating more of those opportunities.
Maine provides a great quality of life. I mean, if you're into spending your free time in the outdoors, as many of us are, then we've got a great balance. We get to pursue a career in the field we desire to be in, but at the same time spend our free time pursuing the activities we love.
I was shocked when I first got here. I thought, this is it. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm leaving San Francisco and I'm just gonna live in the woods somewhere and not have much to do. The first night I was in town and went out for my first dinner in the Old Port, and I was like, whoa, I don't know if there's a better restaurant in San Francisco. It was Union, by the way, which
we love them.
Yeah, really good spot, and it's been not much of an adjustment at all. It's been really enjoyable.
And in this week's Maine Music, one of our Maine Life artists stopped by the Myro Studios to pay us a visit.
Yeah, Spencer Albee, aside from his original music, has been doing the annual Beatles Night, and this is the 15th year. It started off at a small venue here in Portland, and now it is up to 3 nights at the State Theater. Take a watch. Ready to dive in?
Look at me.
Cool. You've been a Maine musician and a staple in the Maine music community for a long, long time.
Easy, easy, not that long.
Okay, fine. One long time, for a long time. But aside from your original music, though, over the years and your solo project and the other bands, you also 15 years ago launched the annual Beatles Night.
Right.
So give us a little insight on why you started it and like the first few years, and then we'll dive into like where it's come to now for this year for the 15th anniversary.
Its roots are not like super glorious. Like I used to book a club called the Big Easy. We needed something on a weekend night. So we did one and it was crazy. It was like crazy packed. And then so we did it again the next year and then moved over to Asylum. We were there for a few years and then Port City for a few years. I kind of get the timeline is a little blurry, but then yeah, we went to the State Theater.
But slowly you saw the audience size grow and grow.
Oh yeah,
and
now
grew
we're
the
up.
venue so fast.
Yeah, we're up to 3 nights at State Theater now.
And now for the 15th year, we are at, like I said, we, because I'm part of this.
You are.
I am.
It is we.
But we're now at 3 nights. And so this is a 3-night endeavor the weekend after Thanksgiving. There's kind of some really incredible things that Beatles Night has done, aside from Rolling Stone right up 2 years ago.
More than that, but yeah.
But 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by the way, but you know, calling it like one of the best Beatles tributes in the country.
Yeah.
And it really is. And I think what's really incredible about it is that it's not cheesy or kitschy. It's authentic only because you're focused not on costumes, not on stage presence. You're about the music and all the intricacies that go into the Beatles.
That's it. Yeah, not about fake accents and wigs.
What's something special you really want to have people walk away with from these shows this year at the State Theater?
What's the walk away? I want them to walk away and feel like they, just enjoyed some escapism, that they just enjoyed, good music and, just some good vibes in general, and kind of spread that good cheer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we got Beatles Night, November 24th to 26th, the Friday through Sunday after Thanksgiving at the State Theater.
Right.
Tickets are already, we're about a month out right now, but by the time this airs,
yeah, that's the thing. Buy the tickets. They always sell.
They always sell out.
It's like the same thing every year.
Sounds like it's like 3 nights. There'll be plenty of tickets. There won't be. And this is something not to miss. This has become a main staple and really important to our community, both musically and I think just as individuals in Portland and in Maine.
I'm glad to have you be part of it again.
It's a good time.
It's gonna be fun.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back, everybody. In this week's Places and Spaces, we got to tour Maine Craft Distilling, a farm-to-flask distillery right here in Portland. My first time checking it out, but
I've done some tastings there. Their 50 Stone whiskey is just really well done, and it's gonna be better as the years go on.
Great. Cheers. Hey everyone, and welcome to Maine Craft Distilling, sitting here with founder Luke Davidson. Thanks so much for having us in your semi-new space as of August. Beautiful. Tell me a little bit about the design, the creativity behind it.
Well, we'd been down the street at 101 Fox Street for some time, and we were growing pretty fast and got excited about some new prospects in the neighborhood, and were approached by the landlord of this building, and lo and behold, it was perfect. And we then endeavored on a full year-long process of turning it into this. on August 24th, we finally moved in.
And I'm looking at your logo, which really showcases your farm to flask kind of mission, motto. Talk a little bit about the thought process behind that.
So we really do believe in the concept of farm to flask, and the notion of taking something from our region, the terroir concept, and making something special and unique out of that. And whiskey for me was the draw. I think Maine has a really unique and similar story to that of Scotland, which is one of the most famous whiskey places in the world. That story called me, and I thought it'd be a really neat thing to do. So we've taken a lot of those components and put our own Maine twist on it.
Very cool.
So here's where it all happens. In essence, we make a beer, very similar to beer. It's in essence a beer. And then we ferment it over in our wooden fermenters over there. Once it's fermented, we then put it in our big still here.
Called Frankenstill?
Frankenstill, yep. And then it's ready to barrel. And we do that over here in our barreling room.
How many barrels do you have right now?
We have 140 barrels. And these are our whiskey and a little bit of rum. And they sit here and age for 2 years or more.
And instead of Mug Club, you can have Barrel Club?
Barrel
you can
Club.
buy, you can buy a barrel?
Yep, we're doing a barrel program where for 10% under market value, basically, you can buy a barrel and we fill it for you, and it's yours. It sits in this room until it's time to bottle. And it's up to you to when you want to bottle it or not. And then we'll help you do that and sell it for you and then give you the proceeds.
Carrie and Mark, Maine Life, right here. First customer. So, 9 spirits, what are you making for us?
Today I'll make a blueberry moonshine lemonade. We call it the Blue Shine. It's a house-made lemonade. And a little bit of our Blue Shine. I'll have a glass of whiskey. Join you on that.
Oh, all right. So before we toast, tell me a little bit about music on Friday nights. We're going to plug in some other things that are coming up that really make this experience.
What we're doing is we're trying to create a bigger Maine and craft experience here. And so we have a little bit of food coming in a week or two, and then we have music on Fridays and Saturdays, and then a Sunday brunch as well coming up really fast.
Well, very cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Nice to meet you, and come check it out. Cheers. And also this week, we got to dine with our friend Chef Josh Berry of Union Restaurant here in Portland. But this time, it was a farm-to-table dinner at Wolf's Neck Farm. Sorry you missed it.
I know, it's depressing.
Such a great time celebrating the season and all the great food and chefs there. Take a look. Welcome everybody to Wolf's Neck Center for Agriculture and the Environment here at the Mallet Barn with Executive Chef Josh Berry from Union.
Yep.
This is the second year that you are hosting this
Yep.
dinner.
Yep.
Kind of a pre-party right now.
Right now, it's just pre-game, you know what I mean? We're getting everything ready, all the behind-the-scenes stuff's happening.
We're celebrating Maine, we're celebrating the harvest season. What is on your menu?
This is the harvest dinner, so this is the last dinner that they have here at the barn for the season. And it's the bounty of what the farmers have. Obviously, squashes are in season right now. We have some trout roasting over an open fire in the back. We have a great wild boar and local pork pabille. It's all wrapped in banana leaves and roasting right now, so that's gonna be really fun. So a lot of surprises, you know, a lot of cool stuff happening. We have some local lamb prosciutto that's been aging for about 9 months, so we're debuting that tonight. So a lot of fun stuff. We've been planning this for a while.
Maine Beer Company, we're big on giving back. We're a member 1% for the planet, so we donate 1% of our top line sales every year to environmental nonprofits like Wolf's Neck. We come out, we provide beer for the guests at no cost, gets us a little exposure and gets to develop our partnership with Wolf's Neck Farm. And we have a great partnership with Union as well, especially the guys in the kitchen. So we'll be pouring Mo and Zoe tonight, 2 of our old standbys.
Union is such a locally driven restaurant. We focus on being in the community, whether it be at a charitable event quite like this one, or going next door to our neighbors and delivering breakfast sandwiches. It's quite a quality that you really get a good feeling from being and working for a locally owned business.
It's a classic situation where our values really come together with these guys and gals, and you know, their focus on creativity and on innovating and on local foods really fits well with us. And so we're thrilled to have them here. You know, these events are all about highlighting local food producers as well as restaurants and about connecting people to them and to the source of their food and to growing a community of people who care about the future of food. There's so much happening around the country and around the globe at that intersection of agriculture and environment in terms of a growing consciousness around the impacts our food and food production is having on the environment, and particularly on climate. This isn't talking just about us here at Wolf's Neck, this is talking kind of globally. That there are some really big issues around food, and they happen to be connected to the other really big issues out there, whether it's food insecurity, climate change, and poverty, and our health. They're all connected. And so it's really about kind of having some of those conversations and exploring them further and seeing where solutions lie.
We support Game Changers because it's the only outlet of its kind that seeks out and celebrates innovative and creative talent here in Maine. These are the people that are working so hard to make this a really awesome place to live and work. And we need to do our part to attract and retain our next leaders.
We're here today with Ryan Esberg. He's the founder of Flex Your Face. Ryan, tell us about the work that you're working on.
Well, Flex Your Face simply means to smile. It's something that I started coming out of some dark times in my life, and it's grown into this amazing global community that comes together on a daily basis to share the small moments that make us happy.
So why did you decide to do something like this here in Portland?
Well, I loved the area first here in Portland. I moved here on a whim 4 years ago. A friend of a friend of a friend said, hey, you should check out Portland, Maine. And I decided to come one weekend, and I never left.
Well, we're pretty happy about that.
And so am I. It's a beautiful place to live. I do a lot of traveling, but it feels like home.
So how does the work that you do build community for both your members and everybody else who participates in it?
In the simplest level, what we are trying to do is maximize small moments and celebrate small moments in everyone's day that makes them happy. We certainly don't tell them what should make them happy, but we just create a megaphone for each person locally and abroad to share what makes them happy. We've recently launched a community development program called Flex Your Face University, which is geared more towards collecting local knowledge from business owners, artists, and entrepreneurs, creating a curriculum of 60-second videos and then distributing those out to the community.
That sounds amazing. So if you had a magic wand, you had one wish, what would be your moonshot? What would that legacy be?
My moonshot, and this may be cliche or done before, but is waking up every single day and doing what I want to do and living a life where I do not have to say no to opportunities when they arrive. And I feel like I'm there already.
Sounds like you're doing great work.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
And our last stop this week is at a fairly new restaurant right in the heart of the West End, Cheval, featuring a Spanish and French inspired cuisine and craft cocktails, a must try. So it's almost vermouth hour here at Cheval, one of the new hottest restaurants in the West End neighborhood. Sitting here with bar manager Patrick McDonald. Patrick, you've been making me drinks, good drinks, for a long time.
Number of years now. Thanks for coming in.
So before we talk about vermouth hour, talk a little bit about opening here and how's it going?
Sure, I'm really enjoying the West End. You know, it's a really neighborhood vibe, which certainly was part of the inspiration for my cocktail program here. We wanted to take kind of some of the classics that people were familiar with and put our own regionally appropriate spin on them.
Vermouth hour, give me a little rundown here. You've got vegetable, ham, cheese, fish, meat.
So what we tried to do with Vermouth Hour is capture some of that late afternoon tradition in Spain of eating tapas and drinking vermouth or sherry. I mean, they actually have places called vermoutherias where you can go in. It's kind of like that pre-siesta snack. So you get little bites, have a little sip of vermouth, and they just go great together.
It's very cool. All right, well, let's get Damien over here to talk about some of this, the kind of tapas, small plates inspired.
Exactly. We're going to pour you a little bit of sherry, and he'll have some tapas to come over to pair with them.
Hi there.
Hello, how are you? Welcome.
Head chef and owner, co-owner, I should say, Damien, with his lovely wife, Ilma.
Yes.
50-50.
Yes.
Oh, yum.
So we got a couple little bites here for you. So we have our 18-month cured Serrano ham, chicken lollipops from local chicken, so we confit them, and then we flash fry them, so they're nice little bites. And then a French-inspired tapa. It's our sourdough bread with French brie baked on there with some roasted local apple on top.
So in addition to these small plates, what can other people expect here? I don't even know where to begin.
We get the inspiration for the restaurant with the name Cheval is loosely based on Ilma and I's daughter, Isabella, because Cheval translates to toddler or a young kid in slang Spanish. So take cues from that, because the restaurant is all about family, and the restaurant business is about family as well, because this is kind of like our second family, pretty much. We're excited about the beverage program that Patrick has put together here and keeps on adding new things to it, and it's awesome.
Well, I'm a big fan, guys. Thank you so much, and we've got a plug coming up. You're working on a delicious brunch menu.
Yep, definitely, it's on its way.
So stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody. Vermouth hour here at Cheval. Bon appetit.
Cheers. Cheers.
If you have free time, in this week's Maine Today Minute, we have some ideas whether you want to stay home or get away. It's going to be a vinyl lover's paradise in Portland at the annual WMPG record sale on Saturday at USM's Sullivan Gym in Portland. Thousands upon thousands of records from every genre will be available from dozens of dealers. The WMPG section alone takes up half the gym, so be prepared to take some deep dives into stacks of treasures for you and the record lovers in your life. If you're looking to get out of town, look no further than one of Maine Today's mini adventures that will tell you the best way to make a day of towns all over the state, like the charming coastal city of Belfast, one of our favorites, where you can stroll the harbor walk, ride a bike along the rail trail, check out the shipyard, or visit one of the farmers markets. And of course, there's tons of shopping and eating options in the quaint downtown. For more ideas on things to do, log on to mainetoday.com. And before we go, Kevin?
Yes, here's a sneak peek at what to expect for the 15th annual Beatles Night. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you next week.